Hey guys, what's going on? Today I want to walk you through a cool project that I was really proud of, and I think would be is kind of a great piece to show you kind of some of the things that we built here. We have a company here, and who the company was actually they do things a little differently. They actually have a customer support channel for each person inside of Slack or inside of their company chatbot, and they would have their customer support people interacting with each client individually inside of their channels. Now, that's great, except for when an issue would come up. An issue would pop up, and this would something that would need an engineer, someone on the development team that they would have to fix it. So what they would do is they would take all this information, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, try to explain it to the engineer, and eventually they ended up having a ton of meetings between the support and engineering team. Now, this is pretty common across a bunch of different industries, a bunch of different businesses. They operate in this kind of same way. And so we found out that they were doing this over and over and over again. And then they found out that eventually they would have to bring all these people into a standing meeting where they would have to talk over and over about all the different issues and pain points that their customers were experiencing. And the engineers would then go in and have to fix production level issues and different things like that. As you can imagine, a meeting like this could be pretty pricey, right? You can see here that at about 15 tickets a week and how much time it would take people to kind of get prepped for the meeting and build this. You'll see here that we're actually able to see that the annual cost for just these meetings would be about $20K a year. And we were able to come in and help save them time, help save them money by building an automation. I want to show you how it works. So this is how it works. There's one trigger, 8 stages, 43 different kind of branching pieces of logic that all make up this flow, but here's how it works. A customer will send in a support request. Hey, one of our customers can't see their profile, for example. The customer support agent would then come through and hit an emoji. That emoji is what kicks off this entire flow. We have to check if that person has permission to send that emoji. Then we read the entire thread. We extract relevant information. We enrich it with other Slack requests about this customer. That was actually really important. We confirm that everything that we understand is true. We make sure to dedupe so that if a ticket for this person already exists on this issue, that we are not creating a new ticket, we're actually just adding to the existing one. And finally, we're writing that to a database where the engineers would take a look at work and they would be able to pull from and fully understand how it all worked. So this was the 8 stages. Here's the actual flow itself. It starts off with a webhook, and it kind of gets going through where we will Slack shoots off a notification. Hey, we just got this ticket bot emoji. We get the channel, we get the parent message, and the threads of like underneath all this relevant information. We'll format that thread for Claude and send it off to Claude. Get some information back. We'll parse it, set the client name, and it just kind of keeps going. Now, we ended up building this in N8N because that's what the client wanted. That's a system they already had set up and were already used to. But I'll kind of walk you through a little bit deeper. So it starts off with just the emoji, like I said. And then here's the other thing. We also wanted to make sure that not everyone got to file a ticket. So if the customers were able to realize that they were able to get tickets in front of our engineers, we realized that might be bad. So let's go ahead and see, let's gate this. And so we built some permissions around that. And we also realized that it wasn't just the head message that needed to be taken into account. It was also all the threads and different things underneath it. So we got all that information, put it all together, and we're able to kind of conglomerate all of that and send that off to Claude. Claude understands what a real ticket should look like, and it was able to kind of compress that all and finally enrich it with other information across all of Slack. Finally, when it was good and it saw what fields it finally had, it would actually confirm that all the data was there. And so here's the issue. Sometimes we wouldn't understand what environment this person was in. Was this a production environment? Is this a test case? What's going on here? So we would take that back with a human in the loop, and then they would understand what's going on there. And the customer support agent would fill that out and shoot that back off. Now, we also found out that as people were adding information into a thread, right, more information would be coming in. And what we wanted to do was if we hit that ticket emoji again, we wanted all the information to not be create a brand new ticket. We wanted it to just update it with with the most relevant and latest information. So we built it that way. Hey, look, does this ticket already exist? If it does, then just upgrade information to it. Finally, it would write the actual ticket, and it would notify the development team. The development team would take it and build it. So learned a lot of lessons in here. Some of these I just kind of went over with you, but this build might look a little different than people you've worked with before. Look, when I'm with you, I try to hear past the actual issues, and I try to hear some of the pain points to solve them as well. I try to think smartly about how to build automations that actually make sense for your customers. Like with the support bot, one of the things that I did was I was like, hey, look, if you ever hit that ticket, if you toggle that ticket icon off and you toggle it on again, you don't want that to create a new ticket. You just want it to be smart. Or you don't want your customers to gamify the system to be able to post these tickets. We gotta put permissions in here. So different things like that. I build with these things in mind. I've been an engineer, I've been a software architect, and I've been the CTO who's responsible for these systems at 2 a.m. in the morning. So I know what it's like to build smart systems with fallbacks, with visibility, and that actually help make your business better and don't bring you more headaches. So anyways, if you want me to build something like this for you, then reach out. I'd be glad to. And let me know what your problems are, what your pain points are. Set some time on my calendar and we'll jump in and build something like this just for you guys. Thank you.